There is freedom from being LGBT. There is freedom from living in the deception and the lies of the devil. There is freedom. So have encouragement, have hope that there is freedom from being LGBT. Over 30 years, I was trapped in that darkness. Over 30 years, I was trapped in that lie. And be hopeful, be encouraged that there is freedom. There is freedom from being homosexual. There is freedom from being transgender. There is freedom from being a murderer, a liar, a pedophile, a thief. There is freedom, and that freedom is found only in Jesus Christ. I was very young when I was molested as a child, and as the LGBT movement would call it, I was recruited into that movement. And now I just have to say this, that by the age of 14, I had already overdosed on Valiums. I was a runaway. I was on the streets of Philadelphia. I was prostituting my body, dressed as a girl, and I was on female hormones at the age of 14. But at the age of 14, I was also HIV positive. Yeah, nothing that any teenager or child, anyone really, but especially a child or a teenager should ever have to endure. But guess what? God is so good that his saving grace, his amazing grace and his mercy that saved even a wretched wretch like me, it is available, and it's there, and it's for each one of us, because God wills that all men be saved. God wills that each single one of us be saved. He doesn't will that any of us be lost and given up to our sin and given up as reprobate. He wills that all men be saved. I lived a life of crime. I lived a life from being the molested to being a molester. I recruited teenage boys into the LGBT movement, and I did so with a vengeance, and I did so willfully, intentionally and purposely, trying to infect as many as I could with HIV as well, all the way down the line. And it was in 2009 when I laid upon my deathbed. When I laid upon my deathbed in 2009 with full-blown AIDS, infections in my brain, in my blood. I had boils all over my body. I had no immune system. My viral load, the virus had taken over my body. My immune system was zero, it was nothing. And I wasn't expected to live. It was then that I picked up the word of God. It was then that God led me to Romans 1:27 that told me not only was I living sinfully, but I was living unnaturally. And that verse spoke multitudes to me. That verse was the moving verse for me. It allowed me to see that homosexuality was just an addiction. It was just another sexual addiction. Something else that the devil had infiltrated into this culture and into this society to say that it's normal and that people are born that way. And that's just not true, because Romans 1:27 tells me that we're not born that way. It's unnatural. It goes against everything that God intended and created us to be. That's what homosexuality is. It's unnatural. And it is a sin like any other sin. And you know what? I think the greatest hope and encouragement of all right now is to know that we are all heterosexual. Even the lost, even those who identify as transgender and homosexual, you are born, created, and intended as a heterosexual, because there's only one sexuality, and that's the God intended and created one. And that happens to be heterosexuality. One male, one female, that is heterosexuality. So be encouraged that you are already heterosexual. You don't have to be converted. You don't have to learn how to be. The only thing that you may have to learn is what God taught me. He allowed his word. He allowed Jesus Christ to teach me how to be a man. He allowed Jesus Christ, his son, him in the flesh. He allowed his word to teach me how to be a man. And that is what and who taught me how to be a man. And so I just say, be encouraged that there is freedom from homosexuality. You all be blessed. I love you. Peace.